we're going to be fiddling around a little bit with Bitcoin. More importantly, Bitcoin mining. So I went and I bought this package on eBay, and I figured I'd get into it and just try it out a little bit. So I did a little bit of research. The best one they're saying for beginners, before you spend like thousands on a unit or something, I went and got the S9 Antminer. So this is a pretty basic one. It only has 13.5 terahash. So it's not going to be making a lot of Bitcoin, but it will get you something. So you can learn how to set up your Bitcoin wallet, how the mining system works, how much power it's going to consume, and all those little things to figure out if you actually want to do it. For me, I know this thing is going to chug a lot of power, and it probably won't create that much Bitcoin. So what I'm going to try to do is I'm going to try to hook it up to solar and see if I can run it completely off that. So essentially whatever Bitcoin it does mine will be pretty much free for me. So we'll see how that goes. We'll show you the system, how we're setting it up, and then we'll see if it actually runs. So before we attempt to hook up this Bitminer onto solar, let me quick show you a few things on it. So this is an S9, this is an older model. You saw the one I got on eBay, they're about 30 or 40 bucks. Right here, this is your power supply, converts it from AC back down to DC, where it goes into these chips. These are your 3 boards, and this is your main one that controls it. So now when you buy these, make sure that it has the power, because a lot of them, they'll send you the box, the S9 miner, but they won't give you the power supply with it. So then you'll have to wind up spending another 40 bucks on that. So once you do get it, the first thing you're gonna wanna do is you're gonna wanna reset the button, which is right in here. You might need to do your IP reset as well. And then once it does that, you'll have to add your mining pool configuration, and then usually what you wanna mine at. I've been using SHA-256 and 256 Boost. So here's a quick look at our solar panels that we set up to run this Bitcoin miner. So I got these from someone that was selling them. They're extras from a solar mine or a solar farm. And there's 10 of them. Now these ones are a little different than your standard. They're 70 volt. So in order to make these run right, I had to get a specific charge controller. And instead of hooking them into parallel like they were originally, I had to do them in series. So essentially I have like 70 volts with a pretty good amperage to it. So it should be able to handle at least one of these miners. Another good thing about the 2 different miners I have the S9 14 and I have the S9 with 13.5 terahash. Now the 13.5 has different options when you go into the back end on the computer, which allows you to choose how much terahash you're using, which controls the amount of electricity use. So to start off with this test, we're going to be putting it at 1.5, I think. Next one up is 2, and then normal. So we'll see how this one works, and we'll let you guys know if this is actually profitable. So it's going to be a little loud for this next video, but I'll try to give you a quick little overview. So here we have our solar charge converter that comes down. We have our battery, and we have our solar panels. And then from there, we have this line which comes from the battery pack to our 200 watt inverter. And then of course from the inverter, we have this power outlet hooked up, which supplies our little S9 Bitminer. So in comparison, we have 2 different ones here. This one, which is running on solar, and we have this one over here, which we have hooked to regular power. And we have a shared internet feed here. So we're gonna run it for a day and see what happens within the 8-hour span to see if the solar can actually keep up with the regular power. So I finished doing our test for a day. Technically it wasn't a day, it was only 8 hours. And the solar panels was able to keep the Bitcoin miner mining. However, compared to the other Bitcoin miner, it was not doing as much terahash. So it wasn't producing as much coin. So if you were going to do this, keep in mind you're not going to make a lot. And the other thing to consider too is if we go down to our NiceHash and it shows our history, right here it shows all the different Bitcoin mining and then when you get paid out each day. So if you noticed, it was up pretty high right here and then it shot down to here. So what happened on Saturday is they had the halvening, which every Bitcoin now produced through mining is reduced in half. So if you're trying to do Bitcoin mining now, the S9 miners aren't going to produce, well, hardly anything, maybe like $1, maybe $2 a day if you have 2 of them. So it's really not going to pan out as well as I thought doing this. But I still have the panels, so I'm going to be able to use them. And the Bitcoin miners themselves, I'll try to resell them. If nothing else, I only spent like $80 on them. So as far as making money on this route, it's a failed experience. Although there is a good book that is titled, I think, Everything You Need to Know About Cryptocurrency. And it will let you understand everything you need to know about the blockchains, what are real Bitcoins that you can invest in, and what are just meme coins. And honestly, you'll probably better off just investing straight money into the cryptocurrency instead of mining it at this point.